Rebelle Secretshot review. Included is the blaster, the decoder, a couple of darts, and the instructions. The decoder allows you to read what is on the darts, and that's not just in English. This blaster is a 4-barrel smart AR system blaster in the Rebelle line that has the benefit of folding up to look like an adorable purse. So you're walking through the town with your cute little purse, and you press this awesome fake diamond thing, and this stock releases, exposing the grip and the pump handle. Very interesting idea. As far as practicality goes, maybe not, but it's very fun. I actually enjoy it quite a lot, so here's the review. This is a 4-barrel smart AR system blaster, so you push the darts in like that and it's loaded. It takes 4, fires 1 at a time with a smart air restrictor, so no matter where you put that first dart, it will fire that dart. It's not sequential. However, if there are 4 darts, it fires 1 at a time. It doesn't fire them all. Moving up, this little plastic fake diamond thing is the release handle, which actually releases the stock when it's in the collapsed position, so you push this back and then the stock slides out. The stock is spring-loaded to pull all the way out, which is pretty cool. This little purple thing is not a sight or a tactical rail. It is a cute little handle, so when it's in purse mode or whatever, you can hold it and it swivels. Down here is the miniature pump handle. Considering how small it is, it's surprisingly comfortable. I looked at the pictures and thought, that's not going to work with my giant hands. It's actually very easy to prime. The design and ergonomics of it are surprisingly easy to use. I was not expecting to actually enjoy it, but because they're so small, I thought my hands were going to cramp up, but they aren't. Moving back is the trigger. No complaints or real comments. It's a very basic trigger. The grip, as you can see, is very small, but it's just like the front grip, where it really makes use of all of the available space. I have a massive hand, and I often complain about small handles, so this is probably the smallest handle I've seen on a Nerf gun, but it's very comfortable. I honestly don't have many complaints about it. Of course, it could be bigger, but it really makes use of that space, and the engineering here, in my opinion, was just phenomenal. They've had other very large grips that were very uncomfortable and alienating to large hands, but this is not one of them. It's very comfortable. Which again, I'm just as surprised as you are. You think, wow, that's not going to be comfortable, particularly since I'm an adult, but it's very comfortable and very easy to use and fast. Moving back, this is the release for the stock. When I pull down on it now, it's locked in place. Well, ABS plastic is going to flex a little bit, but then you push this up and it unlocks it, so then you can shut it and put it back into purse mode. The stock itself doesn't have any cool features or anything like that. It is hollow, and that's because these handles go inside the stock when it's closed. When I'm putting force on it, there's really not excessive flexing. There is a little bit of flex. In my opinion, the most force you apply back on the blaster is pulling this back, and it doesn't flex at all under that amount of force because the draw weight really isn't that heavy. So to operate, you front load, and then you pull this back, and then you pull the trigger, and it fires 1 at a time. This blaster is slam fire, meaning you hold down the trigger and then pump for a slightly higher rate of fire. $71, $68, $65, $60. 4 more just to see if that last barrel is actually just bad. $74, $68, $54, $55. These are new darts. The last 2 barrels are just apparently a little weaker, likely due to the diverting air system. And the last barrels do not shoot as well as the first barrel. It just gets a little bit worse because of the smart AR system. The smart AR system allows a stationary plunger tube to divert air into each barrel depending on what is loaded. That's great because if you just put in 2 darts, you don't have to pay attention to where you're putting them. It will still fire 1 at a time no matter which barrels are plugged. Most people buying a blaster like this are not expecting it to be a war blaster to just kick other people's tail. You're buying a cute little purse thing because it's clever. In my opinion, it works pretty well. It's a pretty cool blaster. It's well engineered as far as what it's supposed to do. Would I pick it to be a primary in a Nerf war? No, not at all. But it's really fun to use. That's going to be awkward to explain if I hang it up on my gun wall. Other than that, very fun to use. The operation, ergonomics, and everything are great. It really comes down to personal opinion of if you want something like this. If you do, it'll be great. If you don't want a purse blaster that's really small and collapsible, don't buy it. Hopefully that opinion makes sense because this is an abnormal blaster. It's not traditional by any means. But in my opinion, great blaster. The performance isn't there, but everything else is. But again, I don't think the target market of this blaster wants a performance blaster with a 4-dart smart AR system that's this big. But that's my opinion in review of the Secretshot. Thanks for watching. They totally should have thought of a different name, so now when I go to eBay and I want an actual Secretshot from the 90s, a bunch of these are going to pop up, so now I have to minus Rebelle in the eBay search, making my life harder. Thanks, Hasbro.